Daryl, you've just seen the Knights ladies put a pretty good score on Wigan Warriors. What did you make of how the team went today?
Yeah, it was probably a game of two halves. We had a few spells in the first half, but I thought overall we just give too many errors, too many penalties, which in this heat you just can't do it. You know, it resulted with Wigan with a lot of ball, and fair play to them. They really give us they really give us it in that first half. You know, they really asked a lot of questions of us. You know, they asked a lot of questions of us in attack and defence, and it was. It was the first half I thought was a bit scratchy. I thought second half we spoke about penalties and errors and composure and just trying to stick to what we do best. And I thought second half we got a real big response, which is where we got a few more points on the board, and that's why it looked a little bit more convincing. But it was a tough game throughout.
You've said there that in the first half especially it was very much a battle and Wigan were giving as good as they got. In the second half you did nil them. You must be pretty proud with that as a coaching staff.
Yeah, we obviously we identified the threat and we spoke to the girls, and obviously it's easy when you identify these areas and the girls put their hand up and say, oh yeah, you know, we just didn't do this, we didn't do that, and we spoke about it at half time, you know, and we basically said, you know, we've got a big game to play for in 2 weeks' time. You know, it's all down to if we beat Leeds we get the shield, if we don't, you know, with all this hard work we've put in for nothing. So we kind of relayed that message at half time, and to be honest I think that lifted the girls because they know they've got a lot to fight for. There's a lot of people to come back, so we definitely got a bigger response in that second half.
And you're saying there's people to come back. I think you were down to 14 or 15 fit players at one point this week, and the 4 French girls who've come over from Catalan really stepped up today and fit in, didn't they?
Fantastic, mate. You know, if I was to tell you you're putting 4 girls in who barely speak a word of English, it's hard for any team when you're talking about shape, structures and, you know, defensive disciplines and attack, and, you know, they just went in and they went about the business the way they could. They were strong, they were physical, and what I really liked is that they've sort of bought into how we have an ethos as a team, is we work hard for each other, and I thought the French girls had that in abundance all the way through the game, so really happy for them. And like I say, it was a big ask because we was doing it tough with numbers, so for them to come in and do a job like that was, you know, it was amazing.
And just looking back at the French trip where the girls went over to south of France for a training camp with Catalan, what was that like for the group? Oh,
it was fantastic. You know, it's team bonding at its very best, and you know the activities we was doing, and you know just having time with each other. You know, it's easy coming to rugby and seeing a certain side of someone. Oh, she's miserable, or she's had a bad day at work. But when you're in Catalan, you're soaking up the sun. You know, it's really enjoyable, and you really see people, individuals, coaches, staff, players for what they truly are. You know, they might think, oh, Lindsay Anfield is this inside of rugby, but you see a completely different side in the daytime, which is it's what the whole trip's about. It's about bonding, it's about creating that environment that obviously we want the best for York, and yeah, it was fantastic. It was really good to have.
And just looking now towards the final game of the season, where it probably is going to be us against Leeds fighting for the League Leaders Shield on the last day. You've been involved with York ladies for a long time.
I have.
What is it like for you to be part of the team that's that close to winning some really big silverware?
To be fair, Lindsay had to tell me to have a bit of a calm down the other week, because obviously we've never really been in this situation before. We was always slugging out results, and you know it was more about keeping the girls happy because we were getting battered every week, whereas now we're in it. I can feel it, I can taste it, I can see it. It's Lindsay's just sort of said just take a bit of a step back, Daryl, you know the job's not done yet, and yeah, we can see it, and to be honest, I think it's just so nice to see where York's come as a club, how far we've progressed, how much backing we're getting. We're so close, you know, we're literally 80 minutes away. It's so exciting, but in the same breath, we've got to keep calm, we've got to keep composed, because if we go with that attitude against Leeds, they're going to throw everything at us. So we know what we need to do, we just need to make sure we're on it on the day.